What's up, y'all? It's Annabelle with That Good Shit, and today I'm here with
Sughn.
Sughn. Welcome to Brooklyn. I'm so happy you're out here. What are you doing out in New York right now? What mission are you on?
So right now we're just doing a promo run for my new project. It's pronounced Sughn. So we just been doing shows, studio time, things like that.
That's super exciting, and congrats on the release of It's Pronounced Sun. It's such a beautiful project, and I think it does a great job of encapsulating who you are as an artist, what you're capable of. For people out there who haven't listened to your music before, how would you describe your sound?
I don't really usually describe my music. I like the people to do it.
Yeah.
But if they were to listen to my music, I would say just kind of very emotional, very lots of feelings.
Very. Super beautiful music, and I think that enjoyers of it is windy out here. Enjoyers of all different genres can find something beautiful in your music. I'd love to know the origin story of the name Sughn.
I used to be in a duo called Sun and Moon. It used to just be spelled S-U-N. Then I went through pretty dark time. So I felt like I wasn't the sun. I wasn't like a bright sun. I felt like a sun that was tampered with and had some imperfections. So I ended up changing my name to Sughn to show that I'm in a different stage in my life. It's not as bright. But as time went on, I just realized that the bad things in life and the good are one, and that I should just kind of appreciate both.
Yeah.
So I kept my name the same, and it's been Sughn ever since.
Yeah. I think it's really beautiful. I love that interpretation of it and knowing that story behind it. But you're really a trailblazer with your sound. There's nobody out here who sounds like you. You've been able to come up with something that's super unique. I'd love to know what artists and what music in general has really shaped the sound that you have today.
So I grew up listening to a lot of kind of indie music. Daughter, her name's Elena, in a band name called Daughter. She influenced me a lot. She always was just very vulnerable and just expressed herself in the way that I wanted to in my music. Also Bon Iver. Nobody knows this, but I was on Rosalind before it started going viral 2 years ago. I've been knowing about that song since I was 14. So they shaped me a lot.
And what music were you listening to when you were younger before you started your own music career? What did you come up listening to?
I would listen to a lot of Aaliyah. Also watching my mom, she would listen to Ashanti, Brandy, lots of R&B artists. Also growing up religious, we weren't really allowed to listen to a lot of music. So it was always not a lot of music, but just the staples, Aaliyah, Ashanti, Brandy,
I feel like there's a point, when you're young, you listen to what your parents have on, you kind of are more of a passive listener, and then there comes a certain artist or album that becomes your personal favorite. What was one of those early artists or albums that was something you discovered on your own as a kid?
Honestly, I used to listen to The Fray a lot. That's when I discovered on my own, so mostly his live sessions.
Yeah.
And I was just obsessed with him at the time. Also Coldplay. That was another one I discovered on my own that really influenced me as a child.
I've been getting really back into Coldplay recently. I don't know if it's the winter weather, but I've been really in my Coldplay feels, so love that. Let's talk a little bit about the project, the songs on the project. First off, I want to dive into Who Said I Was Mad. I really love that song, and I'd kind of just love to hear about how you built it out, specifically building around that really distinct guitar that kind of carries you through the song. Tell me about how that all came together.
Every time I do music, it starts with me and my guitar. One day I was just kind of playing on it, just messing around with it, and came up with that little melody for Who Said I Was Mad. And I never thought anything would come out of it until I got invited to a studio. His name's Connor, really nice studio. We were about to create, and we were wondering what to create. And I was like, I have this melody I did in my voice memos if you want to listen. So we listened to it, and he was like, hey, we can do something with this. I'm like, I think we could too. And we just started playing it, and it wasn't normally what I do in my music, but it was just such a flow. We literally created the song in a couple of hours, so it was really cool.
How often are you premeditating a song, writing out lyrics ahead of time, and then versus how often is it just coming to you intuitively?
Normally, if I start it with me and my guitar, I'll do maybe a couple of lyrics, and then I'll wait for me to get in the studio for more things to flow. So I just kind of write whatever comes to me in that moment, whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Usually I don't write anything down. I'll just memorize it, or I'll just do it in the moment.
And where were you at when you thought of the lyric, Who Said I Was Mad? What made that come to you?
Like I said, when I first started the melody with just me, I was in a space I was going through some things, and I'm like, who said I was mad? I'm not mad. And I just It literally just came to me. It's so weird. It felt like a spiritual transfer, if that makes sense.
Another song I really enjoyed on the project was Take Your Word For It. And I feel like that song and also Safe Space, we see you jumping around between your high and low registers in your voice. It's something your fans have come to really love about what you do. Tell me about those kind of songs where you're jumping between your high and low register, and how did that kind of become like one of your superpowers as an artist?
I just like to have fun and be super creative, like almost like what you're hearing is like you can imagine a character in your head. So when I do my deeper register, it's literally just something that comes to me. I can't explain it. I will say when I was younger, my mom used to do this thing, like she would do like a deep voice and we would all laugh and I kind of like would copy her and I developed my way of doing like a deeper voice. So I started just incorporating that in my music too, because one day I was talking like a deeper voice and I started singing and I was like, wait a minute, like I can incorporate that in my music and I actually feel that as well. So yeah, I can also do a man voice right now if you want me to.
Yeah, give us something in your deep voice.
Yeah, so I know this is crazy, but I know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like voice acting could also be in your future with your ability to switch it up like that?
Oh yes, I believe so.
Oh my god.
I can do several different voices, so.
I love that. Okay, well, that was really amazing. Great talent. But yeah, I love so much about like how your music is so dynamic. I also love how your songs, really the way they're produced and the way your voice fills them up. Like the songs just feel very full. They feel like they take up a lot of space and they have a lot of dimension. Tell me a little bit about specifically the production side of your music. Who are you working with and how much of the production process do you do yourself hands-on?
All the songs I do, I start with myself. So I'll do like a demo of it and then I'll go to my friend Connor and he'll just kind of help me straighten everything up, make it sound cleaner, more on BPM, because I don't normally use BPM in my music, but he'll just help me organize it.
And at this stage in your career, are you doing a lot of collaborating with new people or are you kind of sticking with the same team?
Right now, I'm working with other producers named Amara. I've met some other producer friends named 18, Diplomat, Dav. So we actually plan on working in the spring, like this coming spring in LA. We're going to just work on new music. So yeah, I'm working with them as well, but normally I'll just work with Connor because he really lets me kind of still be myself and still kind of have control over the production. So yeah. I really like that.
It's been a while, I feel like, since I first heard your music, discovered your music. At this point, I've also seen you perform live a couple times at some of our shows, some stuff out here as well. And just seeing the growth over the past few years has been really amazing. I'd love to know from your perspective, like, what aspect of your growth so far are you most proud of?
Just honestly, I can just feel myself getting a little more confident in what I do. I started out as an artist, kind of very insecure and like not really, knowing if I could do it. But really that was just me, like against me. Yeah. So I'm finally just kind of telling myself like, just don't care, like just do it, And so being in that space is really cool because now I feel like I can do way more.
I feel like the more you are able to kind of like grow your self-confidence, the easier it is for you to do things like take creative risks, maybe like try something you haven't tried before. And yeah, you can really like benefit a lot from that. So I'm super happy you're feeling that increased confidence in yourself. What's something that like you're working on this year? Maybe are you working towards any specific goals, working to overcome any obstacles? Like what's something that you're really working hard at for 2025?
Right now, I'm looking to release another mixtape. My first one that I released was Tape in a Loop, and now I'm going to do another fully produced by me tape that's going to come out really soon. And then right after that, I really want to get started on an album. That's like my ultimate goal right now.
The album.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Do you have any concept in your head of what you want the album to sound like or the impact you want it to have, or is that still something for you to discover?
Yeah, I mean, without giving away too much, we have a title for it. Okay. We wanted to, I'll just give it away right now. We wanted to call it Hauntingly Beautiful. Y'all can interpret what y'all think that means.
I love it. I'd also love to know a little bit about how you build out your visual world. Every time you put out a visual, like an album cover, anything like that, all of the visuals are really beautiful in what you've done. So tell me about how you build out your visual world.
Even during the creating process, like in the studio, I'm already thinking about what I want the visual to look at. Every time I create, I literally can see the visual in my head. So that's just kind of how it goes. After the song, I'm already having ideas and I'll just kind of mood board it and get it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What's one visual that you're most proud of so far that you've made?
Who Said I Was Mad? Because I was put in a different space that I'm not normally in, it felt like growth, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Everyone make sure to go check that out if you want to see what she's talking about. All the visualizers, every single thing she's put out, super breathtaking. I'd love to know a little bit about like you as a music listener right now. What is on the top of your playlist? What's on repeat? What are you listening to?
recently, I've been really into Fog Lake. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Also John Glacier, really amazing artist that I've been into that I would want to collab with one day. Also too, I'm really excited. I know you didn't ask me that, but I'm really excited for Corbin's new stuff, Spooky Black.
Yes, I've been hearing about that. Where were you when you heard that song Without You by Corbin for the first time?
Man, this was in my YouTube days where I would just search music all the time. Definitely on YouTube. I saw a white boy with a do-rag in the winter. Like, I just thought that was so hard.
That video is like a real important piece of history, like the Without You music video. So I'm really excited to see what his new stuff is sounding like. What do you think a Corbin and Sughn collab would sound like?
I think we would both just cry in the mic, honestly. I'm playing no.
Just crying sounds.
I feel like it would be very kind of like haunting and ambient and just, I would want it to be similar to Without You. I don't know if he's in a different space, but I don't know. I just kind of like things to flow naturally, and I think we would make something sad, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, this is a fun one. Who is your favorite fictional character, and what would their favorite song by you be?
I had a crush on Spongebob when I was younger. I used to watch a lot of Spongebob.
That's real. What attracted you to SpongeBob? What was it about him?
I liked how goofy he was. I liked his little outfit. Yeah, and I used to want him and Sandy to kind of become a thing.
We ship SpongeBob and Sandy. Okay, so in that case, what do you think SpongeBob's favorite Sun song would be?
Probably Who Said I Was Mad, because he was never mad.
He was never mad.
He was never mad.
Always
So-
a happy guy. The last thing I want to ask you about Sun is about building your team. You've built like a really strong and supportive team around yourself, and I think that having a team that, you know, makes you feel good and is there for you in that way is like super important for, you know, your success as an artist. So tell me about how you've gone about building your team and what building a team has meant to you.
Right. I just kind of like how everything happened naturally. Like, I met my manager, Maze, just as a friend. I invited him to an open mic that I was singing at one day, and we became friends. And then eventually one day he was like, hey, can I manage you? I'm like, sure. Yeah, we started working together. Then we met our other friend, Cam, which is also an artist, another friend named Saint, Raphael. So it's just kind of just been the four of us, just kind of working together and trying to make our dreams come true. So, yeah.
Well, happy that y'all came out to New York and happy that we could link up, talk for a bit. Again, I'm such a fan of everything you do, and I just know you guys are going to take it so far. So we're here for every minute of the journey. And is there anything else that you'd like the people to know about Sun?
Don't put Sun in a box. You know, Sun has a lot of more things that y'all haven't even seen yet. And yeah, I can't wait for y'all to see what else that I can create. I have a lot going on in the spring, so.
A lot on the way. Stay tuned. Keep an eye out. Thank you so much, Sun.
Of course, thank you so much for having me, Annabelle. I love you.
I love you.